Hello guys, a very good evening. So today let us start with problem number 6 in the subsidiary books. Yesterday we have completed till problem number 5. So let's continue with problem number 6 today. So in your textbooks, problem number 6, page number 58, enter the following transactions in cash book with cash, discount and bank columns. So it means they are asking 3-column cash book. Okay, so they have given the transactions in the month of April 2008. April 1st, balance of cash in hand rupees 400, overdraft at bank rupees 5000. Okay, so cash in hand is having the debit balance of rupees 400. So on the debit side in the cash book, two balance brought down 400 in the cash column, and overdraft at bank rupees 5000 is a credit balance. So OD, overdraft balance at bank, means it is a credit balance, so it will come on the credit side of the bank column in the cash book. So buy balance brought down in the bank column 5000. Okay, next one, invested further capital rupees 10,000, out of which 6,000 deposited into the bank. So here we have two transactions. First of all, the owner of the entity, he has brought the capital into the business. So for that, we should record the entry as cash account debit to capital account 10,000. Okay, cash account debit to capital account 10,000. So cash is on the debit side, so in the cash book on the debit side in the cash column to capital, that is 10,000. Okay, the next one is, out of that 10,000 he has deposited 6,000 into the bank. So here the contra entry will come. So 6,000, for 6,000 we need to record separate entry, that is we are depositing into the bank. So bank account debit to cash account will be the journal entry. So it is a contra entry. So bank column is bank is on the debit side. On the debit side of the cash book in the bank column we need to record 6,000, and on the credit side, since the cash is on the credit side in the journal entry, on the credit side of the cash book we need to record 6,000 in the cash column. Okay, this is how we will record the contra entry. So the next comes to sold goods for cash rupees 8,000. So entry would be cash account debit to sales account. Cash is on the debit side, so on the debit side of the cash book in the cash column 8,000, naming it as to sales account. Okay, collected from Sridhar, a debtor of last year 8,000, and we discount allowed rupees 200. So what is the amount in total we need to receive from the Sridhar is 8,200, but we are giving him discount 200 and we are receiving only 8,000. So nothing is given, therefore we need to assume it as cash. Okay, the entry would be cash account debit, since cash is coming in, cash account debit, discount allowed account debit 200 to Sridhar account, credit the giver to Sridhar account 8,200. So cash is on the debit side. On the debit side of the cash book you need to record to Sridhar account in the cash column 8,000 and in the discount column 200. Okay, in the discount column 200. Next comes to paid Ram Vilas, our creditor, rupees 2,500. Discount allowed by him is 65. So we are paying the amount to Ram Vilas. He is our creditor. So we are paying, how much we need to pay is 2,565 rupees, but we are paying only 2,500 and remaining is the discount we are receiving. So it is a gain. Credit all incomes and gains rupees 65. So the entry would be debit the receiver, that is Ram Vilas, account debit 2,565 to cash account 2,500 to discount received account 65 rupees. So cash is on the credit side, so we need to record this entry on the credit side of the cash book. Okay, how you will record? By Ram Vilas account 2,500 in the cash column, discount received 65 rupees in the discount column on the credit side of the cash book. Next, on 13th, the commission paid to Robert, our agent, rupees 530. Okay, we are paying commission to Robert, so commission is an expenditure to the business. So commission debit all expenses and losses, and we are paying in cash because nothing is given, we need to assume cash. So commission expense account debit 530 to cash account 530. Okay, here the person will not come in the entry because we are incurring some expenditure and we are paying to him in cash. Okay, so as point of from the point of business, we need to understand that we are incurring some expenditure, that too in we are paying some cash. So what is the expenditure? Commission paid, debit the expense, and to cash account credit what goes out, that is rupees 530. So cash is on the credit side, we need to credit in the cash book in the cash column 530 by naming it as by commission account. Office furniture purchased from Kesar rupees 200. So furniture, office furniture is coming in, so real account debit what comes in. So furniture account debit to Kesar account, because we are not pay here from Kesar, they have given the name, they have not given anything that is in cash. Okay, so here the journal entry would be furniture account debit to Kesar account. Here nothing in the entry is affecting the cash book. See the journal entry, that is we have purchased a furniture from Kesar and we are not paying any cash. Nothing is given in the question that we are paying him cash or through check. Okay, only they have given that we have purchased furniture from Kesar, that is rupees 200. So here the entry would be furniture account debit to Kesar account. So no cash or bank account is affecting, so this entry will not affect the cash book. So this entry you will not record in the cash book. Okay, next one, draw check for personal use, that is this is drawings. So drawings account debit to bank account, bank is on the credit side, so credit the drawings by drawings account 700 in the bank column on the credit side of the cash book. Collection from Athal rupees 4000 deposited in the bank on 19th. Okay, we are collecting the cash from Atal, that is rupees 4000 on 18th April, and we are depositing the same in the bank on 19th April. So on collection date on 18th April, the entry would be cash account debit, that is debit what comes in, credit the giver, that is Atal. Cash account debit 4000 to Atal account 4000. So cash is on the debit side, we will debit the cash book with to Atal account in the cash column 4000 rupees. Okay, and on the next day, that is on 19th April, we are depositing it into the bank. So here the contra entry will come, that is bank account debit to cash account 4000 rupees, because we are depositing into the bank the same 4000 cash. So it is a contra entry, so bank is on the debit side, so debit the bank column on the debit side of the cash book with name of to cash account, and on the credit side the cash is on the credit side, so in the cash column you need to record 4000 on the credit side of the cash book. Next one, April 20, draw from bank for office use. So it is we are drawing the amount for office use, the entry would be cash account debit to bank account. So it is also a contra entry, so cash is on the debit side, so debit side cash column record 500 rupees, and bank is on the credit side, so cash book credit side in the bank column record 500 rupees. Next one, draw check for petty cash rupees 150. So for petty cash expenses we are drawing the check. So for the petty cash expenses we are drawing the check. So it is not cash, it is petty cash. Okay, what is coming in, we are debiting the petty cash account, that is petty cash account debit to bank account. Since bank is we are receiving from bank, so our bank balance is getting decreased, so we will credit the bank and we will debit the petty cash balance. Cash means always the debit balance, so cash is coming in means it is a debit, we are increasing the cash in the petty cash book, so it will be recorded in the petty cash book as a cash received. Okay, it is not the contra entry, because here they have used the word petty cash, we are preparing only the cash book. Okay, if they have given draw check for withdrawing the cash, then we will record the contra entry. Because they have given the petty cash, it will not affect as a contra entry in the cash book. Okay, so the entry would be petty cash account debit to bank account. So bank is on the credit side. You will record this petty cash balance in the bank column on the credit side of the cash book. Okay, it is not the contra entry. Drew from the bank and paid salary for the office staff. So we have withdrawn some amount from the bank and we are paying some salary expenses of rupees 1500. So the entry would be salary expenses account debit to bank account. Salary expenses account debit to bank account will be the journal entry. We are withdrawing on the same date and we are paying the expenditure also on the same date. Okay, if we are withdrawing some on the some other date and we are paying on the next day, then the contra entry will come. Here they are saying that as on 29th April only we have drew from the bank and paid salary of office staff. So debit the expenses, that is salary expenses account debit 1500 to we are withdrawing from the bank, so to bank account 1500. Since the bank is on the credit side, we have to credit the salaries on the credit side of the cash book in the bank column with rupees 1500. Okay, next one is deposited cash into the bank. So it is the contra entry. We have deposited the cash into the bank, so bank account debit to cash account. Bank is on the debit side, so debit the bank column. So debit side bank column 10,000 and credit side cash column 10,000. It is a contra entry. So like this you need to record such entries and you balance total the discount columns and balance the cash and bank column. You will get the balancing figure and you need to carry it down that balancing figure. So like this we have finished problem number 6. So let's continue with problem number 7. So problem number 7, enter following transactions in the cash book with discount, cash and bank columns. So here also they are asking the 3-column cash book for the month of December 2007. Cash in hand rupees 16,000 and opened a bank with rupees 7,000. Okay, so two balance brought down, cash balance, that is two balance brought down, that is 16,000 as on December 1st. So what is happening on the December 2nd, that is we are opening the bank account. So to open the bank account we need to record contra entry, because we need to deposit some amount into the bank. We have opened a bank account so with rupees 7,000. So we are taking some cash with us, that is rupees 7,000, and we are depositing into the bank to open the bank account freshly. Okay, so what is it, the entry is, it is a contra entry. Okay, we are taking out the cash of rupees 7,000 and we are opening the bank account. So here the bank account debit 7,000 rupees to cash account 7,000 rupees. Okay, it is a contra entry. To open the bank account we need to deposit some amount into the bank to open a bank account. So it is a contra entry. So bank account debit to cash account 7,000 rupees. Okay, so it is a contra entry. Since bank is on the debit side, you need to debit the bank column on the debit side of the cash book and credit the cash column with 7,000 on the credit side of the cash book. Next one, cash purchases. So purchases account debit to cash account 600. So cash is on the credit side, you need to credit the purchases with rupees 600 in the cash column of the credit side of the cash book. Okay, next one, received a check of rupees 400 from Prabhakar and gave him discount of rupees 25. Okay, we are receiving, what is the amount we need to receive, that is 425, but we are receiving only rupees 400 and we are giving him discount of rupees 25. So it is an expenditure. So what we are receiving, a check. So bank account debit 400, discount allowed account debit 25 to Prabhakar account, that is 425. So bank is on the debit side, so debit the bank column to Prabhakar account, 400 in the bank column on the debit side of the cash book and 25 in the discount column. Next one, cash sales, that is cash account debit to sales account will be the journal entry. So cash is on the debit side, so you will debit the cash column with rupees 1200 in the cash book. Received a check of rupees 100 from Venu for interest. Okay, we are receiving for interest, we are receiving some rupees 100 from Venu. So from whom we are receiving is not relevant to us, but what is the income we are receiving, that is interest. So through check we are receiving, so the entry would be bank account debit to interest income account. So here there is some point that we are receiving check for the interest, whoever it may be from whom we are receiving, it is irrelevant. We are receiving interest check for interest income, so it is the income to us because we are collecting some interest from Venu. So the entry would be bank account debit to interest income, credit all incomes and gains. So bank account debit to interest income account, that is rupees 100. Bank is on the debit side, so you need to debit the bank column with rupees 100. Since bank is on the debit side, you need to debit the rupees 100 in the bank column. So the next one, salary paid to the manager by check. So it is a salary expenditure we are paying through check. So salary expense account debit to bank account, that is 450. Salary account debit to bank account, that is 450. So bank is on the credit side, you will credit the bank column in the cash book credit side with rupees 450. Withdrew from bank for personal use. Personal use is nothing but drawings. So drawings account debit to bank account. So bank is on the credit side, you will record this 300 in the cash book on the credit side of the cash book in the bank column, that is 300. Purchased a bicycle for office use. So bicycle is an asset. Okay, bicycle is an asset. If we treat it as an asset, so the entry would be bicycle account debit to cash account. Here nothing is given that bicycle is purchased through cash or check, so nothing is given, so we can assume it as a check. We can assume it as a cash, we can assume it as a cash. So the entry would be bicycle account debit to cash account 300. So cash is on the credit side, you will credit the cash column in the cash book. The next one, paid office rent 80 rupees. So office rent is an expenditure, so office rent expense account debit to cash account 80 rupees. Okay, office rent account debit to cash account 80 rupees. So cash is on the credit side, you will credit the cash column with 80 rupees. Sold goods for cash rupees 900. So cash account debit to sales account will be the journal entry. So cash is on the debit side, so you will debit the cash column on the debit side of the cash book with rupees 900. Purchased government bonds for rupees 700. So government bonds is an investment. We are investing in the bonds of rupees 700. So it is an investment. It is an asset. So government bonds account debit to cash account, that is rupees 700. So cash is on the credit side, we will credit the cash column in the cash book by government bonds with rupees 700. Pay traveling allowance to the manager rupees 150. So traveling allowance is an expenditure we are incurring, we are paying it to the manager. So traveling expenses account debit, it is an expenditure to the business. To whom we are paying, it is irrelevant. Same like interest and same like commission, traveling allowance is also an expenditure. So traveling allowance account debit to cash account rupees 150. So we are paying, cash is on the credit side, we are paying through cash. So cash is on the credit side, credit the cash column with rupees 150 on the credit side of the cash book. Received commission rupees 175. So we are receiving commission, it is an income, so credit all incomes and gains. So credit the commission and debit the cash account debit to commission received account 175. Since cash is on the debit side, debit the cash column with rupees 175 in the cash book. Give gave a check to Ajanta for advertisement rupees 50. So we are incurring the advertisement expenses. There is some expenditure in these transactions, that is advertisement. So debit all expenses and credit what goes out, that is we are paying through check. So real account principal, credit what goes out. So advertisement expenses account debit rupees 50 to bank account rupees 50. Bank is on the credit side, so we need to credit the bank column on the credit side of the cash book with rupees 50. Next, the check received from Prabhakar on 4th December was dishonored. Okay, we have received the check from Prabhakar on 4th December for rupees 400 and we allowed him discount. So on receipt of check, we have recorded the entry, that is bank account debit, discount allowed account debit 25 rupees to Prabhakar account. Now we need to reverse this entry. We need to reverse this entry same as it is what we have recorded earlier. Same as it is entry we need to reverse. So previously we have debited the bank and discount allowed. Now we need to credit the bank and discount allowed on the credit side. Okay, and Prabhakar we have credited earlier. Now we need to debit the Prabhakar. Now the previous entry we have recorded, we are just reversing that entry because the check got dishonored. Okay, the entry would be, what is the previous entry? Bank account debit 400, discount allowed account debit 25 to Prabhakar account 425. And what is the entry we need to record now? That is Prabhakar account debit 425 to bank account 400 to discount allowed account rupees 25. Okay, and now we need, so bank is on the credit side. Now we need to credit the bank column with rupees 400 and discount column with rupees 25. Okay, so here we are not following the principle, we are just reversing the entry. Don't think that discount allowed is coming on the credit side. It is not like that. We are reversing to, we are recording one entry on the 4th December and now we need to reverse that entry. So we are, whatever we have debited now we are crediting, and whatever we have credited now we are debiting. It is called cancellation of entry. Okay, whatever you have debited earlier, if you credit today, to cancel that entry you need to credit that. Okay, it is called cancellation of entries. Whenever that there is some dishonor entries or whenever there is some reversal entries, you need to do like this. Whatever you have debited you need to credit now, and whatever you have credited earlier you need to debit now. Okay, so this is the principle. And next one is cash in excess of rupees 2000 was paid into the bank. So in yesterday's class also I have told you, so whatever in excess of rupees 2000 you need to deposit into the bank. I think problem number 2 we have done like this. Okay, so they are saying the cash whatever is in excess of rupees 2000, if at all. Now it is a last thing, so you need to total the discount columns first, and you need to balance the bank column and you need to balance the cash column, right? So now if you balance the cash column, you need to get the you need to carry forward only rupees 2000 from the cash column to the next month. Okay, whatever they are saying in the question is cash in excess of rupees 2000 was paid into the bank. So it means only 2000 will be the amount you need to carry forward to the next month from the cash balance, and remaining whatever the amount is there you need to deposit into the bank. Okay, so if you balance the columns, if you balance the columns in the, that is the cash column, you will get on the debit side, that is 18,275 rupees. So out of that 18,275 you need to deduct all the credit side items, that is payments 7,600, 380, 700, 150. If you minus all these amounts from 18,275, you will get 7 plus 2000, that is 9,445. You will get 18,275 minus credit items, you will get the balance of rupees 9,445. So out of this the balance carried down will be 2000. Okay, and by bank account will be the balancing figure. By bank account will be the balancing figure, that is minus 2000, you will get 7,445. 7,445 you need to transfer this amount to the bank. So the entry would be bank account debit to cash account. Okay, bank account debit to cash account. So credit the cash column with 7,445 and debit the bank column with 7,445. Okay, this would be the entry, and balance the bank column as it is. So like this we have finished problem number 7. So let's continue this to problem number 8. So let's continue. I hope till here everything is clear. Okay, and problem number 8, enter the following transactions in the cash book with cash, bank and discount columns. Okay, only 4 transactions are there. So cash in hand rupees 18,000, overdraft at bank 2,000. So cash in hand we are having the debit balance. So to balance brought down on the debit side in the cash column you need to record 18,000, and overdraft at bank means credit balance in the credit balance in the bank. So credit side of the bank column you need to record 2,000 rupees. Next one is received a check of rupees 780 from P and discount allowed to him. So what is the amount we need to receive from P? 780 plus 20, that is 800. So we are receiving 780, that is bank account debit 780, discount allowed account debit 20, to P account, that is 800. So bank is on the debit side, you need to debit the P to P account, that is in the bank column you need to record 780 and in the discount column you need to record 20 rupees. Deposited P's check in the bank. Okay, whatever we have taken on 16th June, that is received a check of rupees 780. Now they are saying that we need to deposit today. So it means the check is not received. The check we have received on 16th June is not deposited into the bank. So what would be the journal entry as on that date? Received a check of rupees 780 from P. What would be the journal entry? Cash account. If you write in one notes, if you will understand, please try to write whatever I am explaining, whatever I am telling the journal entry. So the entry would be on 16th June received a check of rupees 780 from P and discount allowed to him rupees 20. So here the journal entry would be cash account debit 780, discount allowed account debit 20, to P account 800. So why we are recording this? Because we are not depositing the check on the same date. They have given in the question on 17th June. They are depositing P's check into the bank. So now what would be the journal entry? Bank account debit. As on 17th June the entry would be bank account debit to cash account, that is 780. Okay, bank account debit to cash account, that is rupees 780. Okay, you will enter this into the ledger, that is cash book, into the cash book. And on 29th June what is happening? That is check received from P on 16th June got dishonored. So what I have told you, on dishonor we need to reverse or cancel the transaction. So what is the transaction we have recorded on 16th June? That is cash account debit 780, discount allowed account debit 20, to P account 800. So now we need to record P account debit 800 to cash account 780 to discount allowed 20. Okay, like this you need to record. If you write the journal entries and if you compare, you will understand this. Okay, just listening to this will not help you. You need to write the journal entries and you need to understand like this. Then you need to transfer the same into the ledger respectively, that is cash book. Okay, I hope till here everything is clear. It was very simple problem. So let's continue with problem number 9. That is, from the following transactions write up the cash book with 3 columns and bring down the balance. Okay, 3 column means cash column, bank column and discount column. It is a 3 column cash book we need to prepare for the month of July 2008. On July 1st Incurred business with commenced business with cash means it is a capital. So cash account debit to capital account. Cash is on the debit side, you need to debit the column of cash on the debit side of the cash book. To capital account 15,000. Incurred opening expenses. So opening expenses account debit to cash account. Here nothing is given, so we need to assume that's cash. So opening expenses we have incurred, debit all expenses. So opening expenses account debit 500 to cash account 500. Paid into the bank, it is a contra entry, so we are depositing some amount into the bank. So bank account debit to cash account would be the journal entry. Bank account debit to cash account would be the journal entry. So bank is on the debit side, debit the bank column in the cash book, and cash is on the credit side, credit the cash column in the cash book. Paid Raman by check, discount allowed by him rupees 50. And what is the amount we need to pay to the Raman? That is 3450 plus 550 comes to 3500, but we are paying only 3450 and we are receiving some discount from him, that is rupees 50. So the entry would be we are paying to Raman, so the debit the receiver, Raman account debit to bank account. Raman account debit 3500 to bank account 3450 to discount received account 50. So bank is on the credit side, so credit the Raman in the bank column on the credit side of the cash book. 3450 you will record and 50 rupees in the discount column. Okay. Paid carriage on goods. So carriage is an expenditure we are paying. So carriage account debit all expenses, carriage account debit to cash account 700. So cash is on the credit side. What is the amount? 85. Paid carriage on goods is 85. So carriage expenditure account debit 85 to cash account 85. So cash is on the credit side, you need to credit the cash column by carriage account 85 rupees. Bought furniture by check. So furniture is an asset, it is a real account, and check we are paying through bank, so it is also a real account. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit what comes in is furniture account debit to bank account, that is 700 rupees. So bank is on the credit side, you will credit the bank column by furniture account with rupees 700. Next, received a check from Kannan, discount allowed. So we have received the check of rupees 3300 and we are allowing him the discount of rupees 60. So what is the total amount we need to receive is 3360, but we are receiving only 3300 and we are allowing some discount of rupees 60. So the journal entry would be bank account debit 3300, discount allowed account debit 60 rupees to credit the giver, that is Kannan, to Kannan account 3360. So bank is on the debit side, you will debit the bank column on the debit side of the cash book with rupees 3300 and debit the discount column with rupees 60. Next, on 8th July, cash sales of rupees 2500. The entry is cash account debit to sales account. So cash is on the debit side, so debit the cash column with rupees 2500 on the debit side of the cash book. Deposited into the bank, so here it is a contra entry, we are depositing some amount into the bank. The entry would be bank account debit to cash account, so with rupees 2400. So debit the bank column with rupees 2400 and credit the cash column with rupees 2400. Next, check purchases. So we are purchasing something that is nothing but stock. We are purchasing some stock for the business, so we are paying through check. So it is bank payment. So purchases account debit to bank account. Bank is on the credit side, so credit the bank column on the credit side of the cash book with rupees 5000. So the next one, received commission, so it is an income, so credit all incomes and gains. Nothing is given, we need to assume it as cash account debit 150. To commission received account 150. Okay, so cash is on the debit side, so debit the cash column with rupees 150 to commission account. Advertisement expenses, so we are incurring some expenditure, so debit all expenses and losses. Advertisement expenses account debit rupees 120 to cash account, that is 120. So cash is on the credit side, you will credit the cash column by advertisement expenses rupees 120. Withdraw cash from bank, so here we are withdrawing some cash from the bank. It is a contra entry. Here they have given nothing, that is for personal use or office use. So always if they give nothing, we need to take it as it is for office use only. So withdraw cash from bank, the entry would be cash account debit, so cash is coming in and decreasing the bank balance, that is to bank account with rupees 500. So cash is on the debit side, so cash account debit to bank account is the entry. So debit the cash column with rupees 500 and credit the cash bank column with rupees 500. Debit the cash column with rupees 500 and credit the bank column with rupees 500. Received check from Murugan of rupees 1250 and discount allowed is 50. So what is the amount we need to receive in totality? That is 1250 plus 50, 1300. But we are receiving only rupees 1250 and we are allowing discount of rupees 50. The entry would be bank account debit 1250, discount allowed account debit 50 to Murugan account 1300. So bank is on the debit side, debit the bank column with rupees 1250 and debit the discount allowed column, that is rupees 50 to Murugan account, total that is 1300. So bank column with rupees 1250 and discount column with rupees 50. Okay, drew for private use, so here private use means drawings and we are drawing some amount. They have given nothing, so we assume it as cash. Drawings account debit to cash account, the entry drawings account debit to cash account 500. So cash is on the credit side, you need to credit the cash column by drawings account 500. Office expenses or office expenses account debit to cash account with rupees 125. So cash is on the credit side, so credit the cash column with rupees 125. Salaries paid by check, so it is a bank payment. Salaries is an expenditure, so salaries account debit to bank account rupees 1000. Okay, rupees 1000. So salaries account debit to bank account with rupees 500. Bank is on the credit side, so credit the bank column with rupees 500 by salaries account. Next, paid rent by check, so rent is an expenditure. Rent account debit to bank account 1000 rupees. So bank is on the credit side, credit the bank column with rupees 1000 on the credit side of the cash book. Purchased a typewriter by check rupees 3200. So typewriter is an asset, so typewriter account debit to bank account, that is 3200. Bank is on the credit side, so credit the bank column by typewriter account with rupees 3200. So now total the discount columns and balance the cash column and the bank column. You will get the balancing figures as balance carried down. Okay, so like this we have completed till problem number 9 and I hope till here everything is clear. And in yesterday's class I have told you that problem number 10 and 11 is not part of your syllabus. Sorry, I was mistaken, but problem number 10 is a simple problem just like previous problems only, so it is part of your syllabus only. I will explain it. And next problem number 11 and problem number 12 also we will try to finish. Okay, to be at a safer side we will complete those problems also. Okay, next problem number 10, that is enter following transactions in the cash book with cash and discount bank column. So it is a 3 column cash book they are asking. So 3 column cash book they are asking for the month of April 2008. Balance of cash in hand rupees 1400 and overdraft at bank 5000. So in the cash column, two balance brought down. On the debit side 1400. Overdraft is nothing but credit balance in the bank. So credit balance by balance brought down in the bank column on the credit side of the cash book with rupees 5000. Next, invested further capital rupees 10,000, out of which 6,000 in the bank, deposited in the bank. So investor capital of rupees 10,000 is the amount, that is what would be the entry. I think 1 second. If you observe, this problem number 10 is similar to, very similar, all the transactions are very similar to problem number 6. Okay, same similar transaction, but the amounts are different here. That's it, same similar transactions but amounts are different. No problem, we will finish this also. Invested further capital of rupees 10,000. So entry would be cash account debit to capital account. So cash is on the debit side, debit the cash column. Okay, and out of which 6,000 is deposited into the bank. So it is a separate entry we need to record as contra entry. So here the entry will come as bank account debit to cash account 6,000. Okay, I will tell the entries and you just understand like this, and you know, however, what to post in the ledger. Okay, it is very similar to the problem number 6. So next one, sold goods for cash account debit to sales account rupees 3,000. So cash is on the debit side, debit the cash column. Collected from debtors last year of rupees 8,000. From debtors of last year, see here it is not the last year amount. Here it is debtors are of last year debtors we are collecting this year. Okay, so collected from debtors of last year rupees 8,000, discount allowed to them is 200. So the entry would be cash account debit 8,000, discount allowed account debit 200, to debtors account 8,200. Okay, so cash is on the debit side, debit the cash column with rupees 8,000 and discount column with rupees 200 to debtors account. Next, purchased goods for cash. So purchases account debit to cash account, cash is on the credit side, so credit the cash column with rupees 5,500. Paid Ram Vilas, our creditors, 2,500, discount allowed by him rupees 65. So we are paying to Ram Vilas. So Ram Vilas account debit 2,565 to how we are paying through cash only, so nothing is given. So to cash account 2,500, to discount received account 65 rupees. So cash is on the credit side, credit the cash column with rupees 2,500 and discount column on the credit side 65 rupees by Ram Vilas account. Commission paid to our agent, so we are paying commission, so commission is an expenditure. Commission expenses account debit to cash account 530. So cash is on the credit side, credit the cash column by rupees 530 by commission account. Rent paid, so rent is an expenditure, rent account debit 50 rupees to cash account 50. Cash is on the credit side, credit the cash column by rent of rupees 50. Electricity charges paid rupees 10. Electricity charges account debit to cash account rupees 10. So cash is on the credit side, credit the cash column by electricity charges of rupees 10. Drew check for personal use, so personal use means drawings account debit to bank account 700. Bank is on the credit side, so credit the bank column by drawings account with rupees 700. Cash sales, cash account debit to sales account, so cash is on the debit side, so debit the cash column to sales account with rupees 2,500. Okay, collection from Atal rupees 4,000 deposited in the bank on 19th April. So we have collected on 18th April and we are depositing it on the 19th April. So the entry on 18th is cash account debit to Atal account 4,000. So cash is on the debit side, so debit the cash column by rupees 4,000. And on the next day we have deposited the amount on 19th April we have deposited the amount in the bank on 19th April. So this date we will on this date we will get the contra entry, that is bank account debit to cash account with rupees 4000. See, it is very similar problem to problem number 6. That's why I'm telling in rush. Okay, I'm very fast, so try to understand. It is very similar to problem number 6. Okay, if you compare later on you will get it. So deposited in the bank on 19th April, bank account debit to cash account, that is 4000 rupees. Record the contra entry in the cash book. Drew from the bank for office use rupees 500. So office use, so it is not drawings. So cash account debit to bank account rupees 500. It is a contra entry. Cash account debit to bank account rupees 500. So record cash, debit the cash column with rupees 500 and credit the bank column with rupees 500. Drew check for petty cash. So as I said you earlier, petty cash is not similar to cash, so it is some other book. It is some other book. So it is not a contra entry. The entry would be petty cash account debit to bank account. Petty cash account debit to bank account with rupees 150. So bank is on the credit side, credit the bank column with rupees 150 by petty cash account. Okay, it is not a contra entry. Dividend received by check rupees 50. Okay, this dividend received and commission received by check, these are extra entries when compared to the problem number 6. Okay, till 22nd it is similar to the problem number 6. From 24th onwards it is quite different. So dividend received by check rupees 50, deposited in the bank on the same date. So the entry would be, we are depositing on the same date, so the entry would be bank account debit to dividend received account. Dividend received is an income, right? So credit all incomes and gains, and what we are receiving through check, that is into our bank account. So bank account debit to commission received account, dividend received account rupees 50. So bank is on the debit side, so debit the bank column by dividend received to dividend received account 50 rupees. Next, commission received by check rupees 230 and deposited into the bank on 28th April. Okay, here it is different. So we are receiving commission on 25th April, but we are depositing that check into the bank on 28th April. So here we will get two entries. So the first entry on 25th April is cash account debit to commission received account. Even though we are receiving the check, we are not depositing it into the bank. So here we will not get bank, here we will get cash on the debit side. So cash account debit to commission received account rupees 230. Okay, and on 25th April, okay, cash account debit to commission received, that is 230, and on 28th April we will record other entry, that is deposited into the bank. The whatever we are check we received for commission receipt, we are depositing into the bank. So what would be the entry? Bank account debit to cash account. Bank account debit to cash account with rupees 230. It is a contra entry on 28th April. So here the entry would be bank account debit to cash account. Okay, next on 29th April, drew from the bank for salary of the office staff. So salary expenditure, salary account debit to bank account 1500. So bank is on the credit side, so credit the bank account with rupees 1500. Paid salary of the manager by check. So salary is also expenditure, salary account debit to bank account rupees 500. Okay, and deposited cash into the bank, it is a contra entry. Bank account debit to cash account would be the journal entry with rupees 10,000. So debit the bank column with rupees 10,000 and credit the cash column with rupees 10,000. So like this we have completed till problem number 10. I hope till here everything is clear. So problem number 11 we will try to finish at last. Okay, because here two bank accounts are involved. So problem number 11 we will complete at last. Okay, let's see into problem number 12. Problem number 12. So from the following particulars, prepare 3-column cash book for January 2008. Balance the cash on 31st January 2008. Okay, so 2008 January 1st, cash on hand 500, credit balance with Canara Bank rupees 1000. Okay, we are having the bank balance, credit balance. See, for bank we need to have the debit balance, so it will be a normal balance. If we are having the credit balance, so it is called a overdraft balance. Overdraft balance in the bank. So cash on hand will come on the debit side, to balance brought down, cash column 500. Credit balance with Canara Bank rupees 1000 will come on the credit side, by balance brought down, bank column rupees 1000. Okay, next one, sale proceeds of household furniture rupees 7000 was deposited with the bank. So here they are saying sale proceeds of household furniture. Household means it is not the part of business furniture. It is the household furniture they are selling, and owner is selling his own household furniture and he is depositing into the office bank account. Office bank account. So it is nothing but we can call it as capital, because owner is selling his household furniture and he is depositing the same into the office business bank account. So this household furniture sale proceeds can be called as capital balance. So we will credit this capital balance, we will credit this amount to the capital and debit the amount to the bank. So here the entry will come as bank account debit to capital account 7000, because it is not the office furniture. If it would be the office furniture, the entry would be bank account debit to office furniture account, because furniture is going out from the business. Because it is not the office furniture, it is the household furniture. Okay, it is nowhere relevant to the books of accounts. Since the owner is selling his own household furniture and he is bringing some amount into the bank office bank account, it will be called as capital. Okay, the entry would be bank account debit to capital account rupees 7000. Bank is on the debit side, so debit the bank column with rupees 7000 to capital account. Next, a check of rupees 10,000 was given to M Patel on account. So we are giving check to M Patel on account. So debit the receiver, Patel account debit to bank account 10,000. So bank is on the credit side, credit the bank column with rupees 10,000. Next, it received a check of rupees 3,000 in full settlement from Kannan and Company. Okay, from Kannan and Company. What is the amount we need to receive in full settlement? They have given. One second. They have not given the previous entry nowhere. Here they have given the full settlement word, but they have not given the previous amount what we need to pay actually to the Kannan. So we just take it as 3,000 only. So received a check of 3,000 in full settlement from Kannan and Company. So, and next entry is what? Next transaction is the above check was deposited in the bank. So we are receiving the check on 12th January and we are depositing the same check on 13th January. Okay, so on the receipt date, that is on 12th January, the entry would be cash account debit to Kannan account. Cash account debit to Kannan account, and next day we are depositing this check. So cash account debit to Kannan account on 12th January. So cash is on the debit side, debit the cash column to Kannan account with rupees 3,000. And on the next day we are depositing this check that we have received from Kannan into the bank. So the entry today will be bank account debit to cash account. Now contra entry will come, that is bank account debit 3,000 to cash account 3,000. So record the debit the bank column with 3,000 and credit the cash column with 3,000. Next, on 16th January, the bank returned the check of Kannan Kannan and Company as it is dishonored. Okay, the check we have received on 12th January from Kannan and Company, it got dishonored. So what I told you, on dishonor of the check, we need to reverse the previous transaction. So what is the previous transaction we have recorded? That is cash account debit to Kannan account on 12th January. Okay, so today we need to reverse this transaction, that is Kannan account debit to cash account with rupees 3000. Okay, reverse that transaction, previous transaction. And on 18th, cash account debit to sales account rupees 2500. So debit the cash column to sales account with rupees 2500. Cash advance of rupees 1000 for traveling given to the salesman. Okay, it is nothing but traveling expenses we are giving to the salesman. It is an expenditure to the business. So traveling expenses account debit to cash account. Traveling expenses account debit to cash account. Credit the cash column with rupees 1000. Received cash of rupees 2500 from Rao brothers in full settlement of rupees 2600 due from them. Okay, we are receiving what we need to actually receive, that is 2600, but what we are receiving actually, that is 2500. So we are allowing them discount of rupees 100. So the entry would be cash account debit 2500, discount allowed account debit 100 to Rao and brothers 2600. So cash is on the debit side, debit the cash column with rupees 2500 and discount column with rupees 100. Okay, next one, paid cash rupees 1500 to Cherry and Company in full settlement of rupees 1650. So we need to pay to Cherry and Company, that is rupees 1650. But what we are actually paying is rupees 1500. Means we are getting some discount, that is rupees 150. That is 1650 minus 1500. 1650, if you 1650 minus 1500, you will get 150. Okay, we are receiving some discount. We are paying cash of rupees only 1500. So the entry would be debit the receiver, that is Cherry and Company. Cherry and Company account debit 1650 to cash account 1500 to discount received account 150. So cash is on the credit side, credit the cash column with rupees 1500 and discount column with rupees 150. Okay, and next one, drew for office use rupees 3000 from bank. So it is for the office use. The entry would be cash account debit to bank account. Cash account debit to bank account, it is a contra entry. So debit the cash column with rupees 3000 and credit the bank column with rupees 3000. Next one, paid salaries rupees 2300, rent 1000, sundry expenses 700 by cash. So the entries would be salaries account debit to cash account 2300, rent account debit to cash account 1000, sundry expenses account debit to cash account 700. Okay, so in all these entries, the cash is on the credit side, so credit the cash column with rupees 2300 salaries, 1000 rupees rent and 700 sundry expenses. Now total the discount columns and balance the cash column and bank column. You will get the balancing figure as on 31st January 2008, whatever they have asked in the question. So till here we have completed. I hope till here everything is clear. Okay, so in the next class we will see about the petty cash problems. So today it's enough till here.